It's a wonderful day in the neighborhood. It's a wonderful day in the neighborhood. It's a wonderful day in the neighborhood. What's up, guys? Chase Oliver here, bringing you another fun and rambunctious Q&A here on YouTube. The internet is fixed. I don't have to stress about it today. So why don't we go and have a Q&A, baby? That kind of rhymed, right? That kind of rhymed. And also, I'm dating these Q&As. Someone actually suggested that. They said, "Hey, Chase, you should date your Q&As." And I was like, "Wow, that's actually pretty smart," because some people might just come to the channel, don't even know like what day I did this Q&A, and just want to know. So yeah, we're in a Q&A. Kind of bored, just want to come on, just do something live and stuff like that. I'm gonna share this on Twitter. Let's see what happens, and then we'll go there and stuff. You guys know how these Q&As work. You just go ahead, ask any question. Got some dogs behind me too. We got Diamond, and I think you can see Ruff. I don't know. But yeah, we have some dogs behind me. Stuff, they just want to sleep. They're just tired. Diamond's annoyed with all of my younger dogs that I have. She's older. She's like 11. So sometimes those younger dogs just bug the fuck out of her. What's up, Degenerate? What's up, I am Venom? Hope you guys are doing well tonight. Yeah, man. I've been trying to do wrestling videos, but I don't know what it is, man. Sitting down and talk about wrestling, it's hard, man. I did not. Oh yeah, I saw that tweet, Jackhammer. I saw that tweet that freaking Joey Ryan put about Vader. Vader's son had a great classy response. Like he kind of just like said, like, hey, teach their own. We all have different art and everything. And really, to be honest here, man, I like Joey Ryan's such a bum. Like I'm just being honest when I say this, man. The guy's a bum. Like the guy should not really be talking about what's over and stuff like that. And I get it; it's a whole debate. Should Kenny Omega have sold offense to that jobber and stuff like that? And we can debate that to Thy Kingdom Come, but I don't know why Joey Ryan had to bury Vader and all that. Like it was like the most, like I guess someone tweeted about Vader. I don't know who, but yeah, Joey Ryan, he's not really the smartest tool in this. I guess he's kind of smart. He was able to get his dick over, so I guess he did something right. But I don't understand why he needs to bury a guy like Vader, who rest his soul is not in this world anymore. Like I don't understand. Like I don't understand the meaning behind that. Like that to me is just a waste of time. Like you could use your time so much better than burying Vader. All right, so let me see what else is going on here. All right, I was just trying to read direct messages on Twitter and stuff like that. Yeah, man, wrestling's just been weird. AEW and NXT have been okay. What's up, No Laura? What's up, John? It's going good, man. I'm really excited for May 9th. That's going to be the day that I've been excited for. I'm going to break my no drinking policy for my losing weight because I need to lose some more weight, and I haven't been drinking because when I drink, it's harder to lose weight and everything. So yeah. My classes, I hate them. Like I hate my classes this term. I hate online classes. I can't do it. I've talked about it a lot of times on here, but I just can't do. I just can't do these online classes, man. I'm literally like sitting at home and during all my online classes, all I'm doing is playing Final Fantasy. Like I'm literally playing Final Fantasy, pause the game, talk to my teachers, and then keep on playing. Like I'm not doing. Like I feel like I'm so not productive during this time. And it's a shame because I should be productive. Maybe I should be using this time to be a little bit more productive and stuff. But I did most of my schoolwork already. I've done most of my essays. I'm already set and stuff like that. I'm just waiting to see what next term holds. But I hate online classes where I'm at right now. Like it's just not fun. Like to me, that it's not a fun thing to do at all. Like I really just don't like online classes. I need to be with people. Uncle Dana saving us. Yeah, dude, Dana White. I don't know why people are hating on him, dude. This motherfucker's saving us, dude. And he's not doing it in a grody way either. He's doing it his way, and it's Dana White way. Tell me about what I can't. Tell me about it. I can't do online classes. I'd rather be inside a college class. Yeah, man. Like being with people, talking to people, just interacting with human beings. Like I can't, like one of my group members and her and I, like we literally, like we did a Zoom meeting and we were waiting for one of our partners and we were waiting for him to come in so we could talk about the project. We talked about the project and then we just started talking. We were just like literally just talking about stuff like that. And like I asked her, I was like, how do you feel about these online classes? And she's like, I hate them. She's like, I am an introvert and stuff, but I do miss going out and seeing people from time to time. And I'm like, dude, I'm just saying, well, I'm not an introvert, I'm an extrovert, but I'm the same. Like, I really do like, being around humans. Like that's just my thing. I like being around people. Like, I don't need to go to like clubs or anything, but like any situation where I can be with people compared to like not being with people, I would rather be like I'm just a social guy. Like I can literally strike a conversation with any random stranger for whatever reason. Like my friends think it's a weird gift. Like they're like, yeah, Chase, you can just talk to anyone. Like you literally can go up to someone and just be, hey, what's up? My name's Chase. What's your name? Oh, that's cool. And then just talk to them and get a good hour, 2 hour long conversation and just randomly meet people. I don't know. But yeah, I just prefer seeing people. I don't like not seeing people. Oh, does Daimi need to go out? Daimi, what's up? What's up, Pookie? What's up? What's up, Papa? Oh, you need to go out? You're feeling hot? She's old. She needs to go out. Oh, Daimi, he's free. All right, let me get my water. While I'm up and moving, let me get the water. That Aguacita. Yeah, I know, dude. Like coworkers, man. Coworkers, man. Like sometimes I do miss them too. I do miss my coworkers too. Sometimes depends on their days. Depends on how their moods are. Because sometimes, because when you work retail, like as a part-time job, because retail is my part-time job and stuff like that. Like, dude, sometimes the teenage coworkers, man, they complain about shit, and sometimes like I get it because like I was just there 10 years ago, so it's not like I can be like what the. But sometimes, man, they're just like stressing over the stupidest shit. Like I'm just like, wait, how old are you again? like now I get why when I was younger, people were just so dumbfounded by us teenagers. Like it's just ridiculous. If you can marry Kyrie or Oscar, who would it be? If I could marry one of them. I would choose Kyrie. I don't know. Oscar, the one thing about Oscar, I see her YouTube channel. That girl can eat. And the one thing about girls that can eat, they put a dent in those pockets, okay? So I don't want to be married to her, and then all of a sudden we go to a restaurant and she eats a shit ton of food. I don't care if she can eat a shit ton of food. I don't care if she gets fat. I really don't care. But the thing is, she literally can eat like a whole restaurant. And I don't want to pay for that. So I don't know. Like both are kind of like interesting tastes. Like Kyrie's more of like you look at her face, like she definitely has like the prettiest face between them. But Oscar probably has more meat on her bones, if you know what I'm saying. Like she's a little bit more built. Like there's a lot more there. Like Kyrie's saying, it's like there's nothing really there. So it's a great question. It's because like. Who would you marry between? Like, I'm a personality guy, and honestly, I don't know any of their personalities. Well, Asuka's, I know her personality way more than I do Kairi Sane's because she has a YouTube channel. So I would say I'd probably go, Kairi Sane with the looks, but maybe Asuka at the end of the day. I'll go with Asuka. I would say that. Like, I would say Asuka then, I guess, because if it's personality, because I don't know anything about Kairi Sane. Like personality wise, she doesn't really like have a channel where you can see like, oh yeah, she seems like she's fun to be around. Like, I don't know, yeah, Asuka seems like she's fun to be around. She's going around bookstores and grocery stores and shit like that. So yeah, I guess I would choose Asuka. Let's see, what's the next question? Working from home ain't so bad, but the days do run together. Oh yeah, dude, like I forget what day it is. Dude, I almost titled this Q&A the 28th, but then I remembered, I was like, oh wait, yeah, no, tomorrow's the 1st of May. So it's the 30th. Like, that's the thing, man. Like my day, like, dude. Honestly, I feel like Saturdays are my new Mondays or something like that. I don't know. Something about Saturdays just throw me off now. I just feel like staying at home is not as fun anymore. Like the thing is, when you get to go home after a long day, it's like, yes, I'm home. I'm in my walls. I'm in my comfort zone. This is nice. Now it's like, man, I want to get out of this place, dude. Like, come on. I'm more of an introvert, but I do prefer in class and online. I honestly don't know what I'm doing when it's online classes. I feel like I'm like just lost in everything. I don't know what's grading. I don't know what's due when it's online classes. That's another thing. Maybe that's more on me and I should be better scheduled, but I don't know. I just get confused. Oh, dude, I miss eating in public for sure. How about Tony Storm or Rhea? Oh, I'm choosing Tony Storm. Tony Storm is just looks alone. Like that's just a looks pick. Like she's way better than Rhea Ripley, looks wise. Like, come on, man. Like Rhea Ripley also too, she's way taller than me. So like It just looked awkward. Tony Storm, at least near my height. Yeah, I'll take her. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll choose Tony Storm over Rhea Ripley. And that's more of a looks pick. That's definitely based just off looks alone. Did you hear about how people are saying to drink bleach? What? Oh my god, dude. This is why human race is the most stupidest race ever, man. Like for real. Like, drinking bleach. What the Jesus, man, people are just so stupid, man. Like this is why we won't survive if zombies or aliens are going to happen, because people would want to do TikToks with the zombies and aliens. They'll be like, "Hey, hold on, want to do this TikTok real quick?" And it's going to be like, "What the fuck?" They'll ask them to do the "Don't Rush" challenge, or they'll play some like what was that thing that Drake was doing, the Tootsie slide? They would be like, "Hey, zombie, do the Tootsie slide to the left, to the right, or whatever like that." Oh god, dude, that's why our generation sucks. We're fucked as human beings. Rhea Ripley, dude, a lot of people joke like that's like the big joke about Rhea Ripley is that she is Pete Dunne. Like, people joke about that shit like it's crazy, man. Like, they really do joke about that. She does kind of look like Pete Dunne, though, not gonna lie. Yeah, man, like I just show up to my teachers haven't been grading either. Overall thoughts on The Last Dance so far? Well, Jay Gore, I actually have something to admit. I already seen every episode of The Last Dance. Had a homie hook it up. You know what I'm saying? So I already watched all the episodes of The Last Dance, and I can say I love it. This is one of my favorite long-form documentaries ever. Michael Jordan's such a fucking prick. It's so fucking crazy. A lot of this stuff with The Last Dance, I will say this. I've watched every 30 for 30. I've watched every NBA TV documentary. Some of the stuff, man, it's like, I've already seen this. Like that's the honest truth. The one things I wanted to see was more Michael Jordan shit. Like that's the only reason why I'm watching The Last Dance. The Dennis Rodman stuff, I saw the Dennis Rodman 30 for 30, for better or for worse. I saw that one. I didn't need to see more about Rodman. Phil Jackson, literally everything Phil Jackson has said in this documentary, if you read any Phil Jackson book, you already know what Phil Jackson's going to say. You already know everything about Phil Jackson. Like, I knew that Doug Collins and Phil Jackson had, and by the way, I'm not spoiling anything for future episodes, just what currently has happened up until episode 4. I will say my favorite episode, though, is episode 5. Episode 5, masterpiece in my personal opinion. But, you know, I already knew about Phil Jackson and the Doug Collins issue and everything like that. Like, I already knew kind of all these things about Phil Jackson. Like, if you read any of his books, you already knew this stuff, how he felt weird about Rodman, and him and Rodman actually had a Native American connection. The Bad Boys, like literally, I felt like I was watching the Bad Boys Piston documentary again. I was like, oh, I already know everything about the Bad Boys. Like, but the thing is, it's cool for newer fans, like especially fans, like, because keep in mind, when I grew up with basketball, Jordan was still playing, like, you know, 96, 97, 98. Like, yeah, I was only 3, 4, 5 years old, but I remember who Michael Jordan was. Space Jam was one of the first movies that I remember watching next to The Lion King. So those movies, you know, pop in my head, and I know them off the top of my head. Like, I know everything about those movies. So, like, for me, I was already knowing about MJ. I like the thing about this documentary, it's cool for non-basketball fans. Like, I do feel like this is the best. Like, if people want to know who the fuck Michael Jordan is and why Michael Jordan's so popular, this is the perfect documentary, because it has everything that you want for it, especially having a candid MJ. Like, that's the thing that saves this documentary, is having MJ be candid and just being a fucking prick. Because that's the one thing we know about MJ, is that he's a prick. Like, a lot of people, as a person, one of the greatest basketball players ever, but one of the biggest dicks you'll ever meet in your life. You know, he just is a dick. Like, in the first episode, he's telling his GM, Jerry Krause, and however you feel about Jerry Krause, that's your personal business. But he's telling him, oh, do those pills help you stop being short and fat? Like, what the heck? You're really going to talk to your boss like that? Like, jeez. And then once you see the later episodes, and I'm not saying it's anything super extreme, but once you see how he talks to some teammates and how he treats people, it's like, holy shit, what an asshole. Especially when it gets to the gambling episode, because I was surprised. I literally thought, no way are they going to dive deep into Michael Jordan's gambling addiction. Oh, shit. I was like, oh, wow, they went there. Like, Jordan was like, yep, you can put that in. Look, fuck? Because they literally like, and also conspiracy theories. They do the whole conspiracy theory route too. And oh man, dude, like the only person I wish, was around for this documentary was Jerry Krause. I wish Jerry Krause could have gotten more recent interviews because I think they would have been super fucking juicy, man. I think it would have made the documentary so much better. But no, The Last Dance is, like I said, the episode coming up is my favorite episode of the whole. But it picks up like 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, beautiful. 9 and 10, it's good too. But those are like the episodes. Like 1 and 2, yeah, that was kind of like the demo reel. That's kind of like how you pitch the show. And then 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh shit, that's what shit goes down. But yeah, Last Dance, great shit. Bill Gates did say we weren't ready in 2015. Is Vince McMahon really going to sell WWE Disney? Well, he could. I mean, if he can make a profit on it, I mean, any company is always open for business. I would say Vince would want to sell it for $1 billion. I know I was gonna be like, no way, but you gotta think about this, man. How much Fox just paid for the rights to have SmackDown on their television? They paid $2 billion just to have SmackDown, if I'm correct. Like, that's what I'm saying. WWE has to be worth at least $1 billion, like at least around there. Like $1 billion to, I would say the max you would buy it for is $2.2 billion. It has a lot of working costs. It has a fan base. It has, interest. It has other means of revenue. It's not like, it's just WWE. You're not just getting Raw and SmackDown. You're getting action figure lines. You're also getting merchandise rights. You're getting a bunch of things when you get WWE. So, if the money's right, why not? The thing is also, too, WWE's public, so it's easy to kind of meet the shareholders and know who's kind of in charge. Disney wouldn't be a bad place to, even Fox or ESPN, because they'd probably put someone in charge. Maybe it'll change the company up. But yeah, internet's out. That's great. All right, we're back. All right. Disney owns part of Fox. They don't own all of Fox. Space Jam 2, I'm excited for it. It's LeBron. I'm a LeBron fan as well. So, yeah, I just need to see a trailer. Like, once I see a trailer, I can give you my thoughts. I can't give you my thoughts on a movie that I don't have a trailer for. Like, that's just the bottom line. When people, like, I'm weird like that, I need to see a trailer. Because I can't give you my thoughts just on the title alone, because off the title alone, you're saying Space Jam 2. I'm thinking about Space Jam 1. I'm thinking about the magical experience that was Space Jam, magical experience of the Looney Tunes. I'm going to say it's good. But until I see a trailer, I'm not going to say anything about Space Jam. Can you agree that Steve Bartman didn't screw 2003 clubs, that they did that to themselves? Well, yeah, they're the one. Bartman kind of fucked up the momentum. I think that's what most Cubs fans say. Did you hear about Assassin's Creed Ragnarok? I thought it was called Valhalla. Assassin's Creed Valhalla, not Ragnarok. That's Thor. And if so, what are your thoughts about it? I like that it's Vikings. It looks sick. My thing is this. I want a fucking Assassin's Creed game. And what I mean is this. I want assassins. I want Templars. Like, dude, AC3, Juno. This bitch Juno is still running amok on this earth. We still have Juno. We literally still have Juno running around this earth. What are we doing? When are we actually going to do something with that? Like, can we get back to the main story? Can we stop, like, dicking around with 5 different subquests? Like, that's the thing. Can I just please get that? Like, I don't care if the assassin's a Viking or not. That's fine. If he wants to be a Viking, that's cool. But please, and I'm just saying this, please make it where it's at least tied with the assassin lore. Make it where there's Templars. Like, I get Origins was different because that was the start of, the Assassins versus the Templars. Odyssey, it just felt like Ubisoft wanted to make an ancient Greek game. They knew that game wasn't going to freaking sell if it was just an ancient Greek game or a Spartan game, because who would just buy that randomly? So they just put Assassin's Creed in the title, and I don't know how that connected with the Assassin's Creed universe. Like when I look at Assassin's Creed Odyssey, it's a great game. I'm not going to deny it, but as an Assassin's Creed fan, it's not an Assassin's Creed game. Like besides the girl that is in the Animus, like, what story is being told that's from Assassin's Creed? Like that's all I'm saying. Like, what story is being told? Zero, zilch, nada, zippo. So for me, I just want an Assassin's Creed story. Like, the game could be awesome, the game could be fun, but if it doesn't have an Assassin's Creed story, I'm gonna be kind of upset. Not gonna lie, because I really want to know, why aren't we figuring out about Juno? How are we gonna stop Juno and stuff? Like, we far gone that. Like I don't even know what Unity and Syndicate's plot was. Like, my favorite, the Dave Chappelle skit. Oh god, there's way too many. The Wayne Brady one's always kind of my favorite. Does Wayne Brady have to choke a bitch? Like, that shit was hilarious to me. Like, I don't know, because like Wayne Brady, he's always supposed to be like this friendly guy, and then they just make him look bad. So that's my favorite one, for sure. Like, I don't know why, that shit's just hilarious to me. I'm trying to think about, there's a bunch of other ones. Oh, the racial draft. The racial draft is fucking hilarious too. the Chinese take the Yin Yang twins. That shit was funny, man. But yeah, dude. Those are my two favorite skits out there. Oh, trading spouses, the black spouse and the white spouse. That shit was funny. Especially when the white guy's like, "What is this? Some kind of lightsaber?" And he's holding the dildo. Oh. Who was a bigger ego, Hulk Hogan or Michael Jordan? Hulk Hogan. He wouldn't even, like, Hulk Hogan would kick out of everything. Jordan has an ego, but Jordan's ego was like more of an on the court thing. Like, he's just competitive. Like, Hulk Hogan is just like, he can't even lose a fake fight. He has to make up excuses why he needs to lose in a fake fight. Like, it's ridiculous. I'm not gonna lie, short and fat just looks weird to me. What does that mean? Like, if you're short and fat? Because I'm short and fat. Thoughts on Curtis Axel's WWE release? It's a bummer. You know, it sucks for Curtis Axel, but he wasn't really doing anything on the roster, and I'm sure that he's gonna find somewhere to work. He's not bad, but like, there were certain limits to him, and it's not like Curtis Axel did too much, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Favorite episode, Dark Side of the Ring from this season. I'm behind on, like, I haven't seen the Dino Bravo one yet, and I didn't see the most recent one. But my favorite, it's a tie between New Jack and Jimmy Snuka. The Jimmy Snuka one, dude, like, that was one, because here's the thing: when you're gonna do this Dark Side of the Ring series, like for me, like, you're gonna do this in the Dark Side of the Ring, you can't pull punches. Like, you got to be deep about this shit, man. Like, the one thing about the Benoit one that was kind of like, and to me, was that, like, they didn't pull any punches. They didn't do any, like, conspiracy theories or talk about that or anything. The Jimmy Snuka one, they literally were just like, no, this shit is terrible. This is the definition of Dark Side of the Ring. Like, that's just terrible. But the New Jack one, it was just so crazy seeing how New Jack is just what's it called? New Jack is just so ahead of his time. How New Jack was portrayed, it's just insane. So those were just the two for me. Actually, Juno was killed in Assassin's Creed comic by Desmond's son. That's not canon to me. If it's not in the video game, I don't care. Like, honestly, Jackhammer, I'm going to be honest, and for me personally, I don't care if it's in the comic or not. I need that in a video game. If it's not in a video game, all this other Assassin's Creed crap, not canon. That's all I'm going to say for me. Can we agree that Toni Storm really thick as hell? Is she? Like, I know she has a lot of people tell me she has a big ass. I've seen it, but it looks like any blonde girl gym ass. So I don't like to me, when you say big ass, it's like, oh, okay, yeah. But for me personally, it just looks like any blonde girl type of ass that I've seen in a gym. For me personally. Like, 5'7" obese just seems like you're making yourself a struggle. Oh, I don't know. Like, some people look like shapes, though. Have you heard that The Last of Us 2 leaks that happened this week? No, I have not heard about that. Kind of interesting. What were the leaks? Did they spoil the whole plot? Can I just read it on Wikipedia? Sometimes you wish you had a time travel power. I wouldn't want to fuck with time travel, man. That shit gets too complicated, man. I would do so much stupid shit, dude, if I was time traveling. Like, what would be cool? Not time traveling where your older self can go back in the past, but more about like, for me, is if you could time travel your actual body to the past. Like, oh my God, if I could take myself back to when I was like 14 years old, I would have taken amateur wrestling and football so much more seriously, especially with all the knowledge that I have with it. Oh, I would have been all in, dude. I would have just been like, hey man, just focus on working hard, dude. Like I feel like I could have done something. But man, dude, yeah, it's just crazy. Yeah, I know, dude. Like sometimes with some of these wrestlers, like especially the female wrestlers, these wrestling fans just need to realize just go to a local gym. You see these Alexa Blisses and Tony Storms every day. Heck, at my college, there's some very attractive women that I would be like, oh, why aren't they in WWE? It's just because they get makeup and they glam themselves up that sometimes they're a little bit, better, just a little bit. What is more disappointing? AEW getting 600,000 viewers despite 300,000 a month, or SmackDown losing almost 800,000 viewers in a span of 2 months? Probably SmackDown because they're on Fox. I mean, TNT, not everyone has TNT, and AEW is also on a way more competitive night because the two nights that you don't want to be on TV right now are Wednesdays and Thursdays. Those are like the two nights where you just don't want to compete. Wednesdays is normally now the new family hour where they have all these shows, and then Thursday is kind of like, the little bit more serious stuff. They have other season finales and stuff like that. But those are like the two nights you don't want to go against other shows. Friday, is wide open, besides maybe a random Friday night football game or ESPN basketball, which doesn't even do ratings anyways, like as good ratings as you think. It's like kind of bad, especially on a local cable channel like Fox. Like everyone has Fox. Even if you say I don't have a TV, you can get free syndicate TV. Like you can get free local TV. You just have to Google free local TV, and then they'll tell you what website you can watch free local TV on. So everyone can get Fox. So that's the thing that is a little bit more disappointing because everyone has Fox. Well, with AEW, not with AEW, with TNT, not everyone has TNT. So yeah, I would say SmackDown losing with Fox. If I can talk knowledge, I know now to my 15-year-old self to stoke with the friends I have now and my first group of friends. Here's my question for my last stream before your internet went down. Would you be mad if they decided to bring Tony Stark back from the dead? I talked about that already. I said I wouldn't be mad. I just said that it's just not needed. Like I would love to see if like deaths actually have consequences, because that's always the boring part when you watch. Like I feel like a lot of medium nowadays just don't want to kill off certain things. But it's like, in life, it's not like someone can just come back to life if they go to some pit of greatness or this lake of reincarnation and stuff. Like people die in real life and it sucks. And the thing is, we get emotionally attached to these characters. They're escape for us, and sometimes it's good for us to feel those emotions. So I would be, but the thing is, he's box office, so they're gonna bring him back. They're gonna bring him back. Why does Dave Meltzer and Brian Alvarez always try to downplay WWE on Twitter? What are they trying to prove? They need their checks from Uncle Tony. Tony's giving them checks. That's the thing. And also, too, people need to understand what Dave and Brian are doing is feeding into the audience a lot more. So the thing is this. They know what their audience likes and dislikes. They know what people watch their shit for. They're not stupid. It's like Stephen A. People know what people are tuning in Stephen A for. They're just there for his outrageous takes. They don't care if Stephen A actually knows the sport or not. They just find him entertaining. And the thing with Dave and Brian, that's just how they are. Like, Dave has been doing this and here's the thing. Do I agree with a lot of their points? No. Sometimes I feel like they're talking out of their ass. But guess what? People are still talking about it no matter what they say. We have Twitter accounts that are literally dedicated to what these two people say. And it's because they get attention when they talk about this stuff. Like, Dave has been about this for like 30 years or so, or whatever. So with Meltzer, it's kind of like, maybe there is some WWE resentment with him because he's probably had to deal with people inside the company for X amount of years, and they probably haven't treated the dude so kindly. So, pretty much maybe there's some resentment there. With Alvarez, it's just kind of like, that's just how he is, to be honest. And like, he's just someone that for him, that's just a way for him to express, maybe frustrations. But to me personally, I feel like they downplay WWE because they know it's going to get a reaction. That's just how it is. Like that's the thing. These people know, like some streamers know what gets them a reaction. Some people know how it's going to get their things. Like for example, Wrestling fans love looking at negatives. They do not like looking at positives. Like if you look at any AEW tweet I post, if I post a positive tweet, crickets, nothing. I post a negative tweet, I get called a WWE fanboy. I get called you hater. I get called a fuckboy. And it's just like, okay, did you see the tweets that I just posted about AEW, how I like Sammy Guevara? No, you didn't. Do you not scroll through my Twitter? It doesn't take long for you to scroll to see if I said anything bad about WWE. It doesn't. That's the thing. Like wrestling fans, they just want to label you as one thing. I'm not a WWE fanboy or an AEW fanboy or anything. I make fun of both companies pretty hard. I feel like I'm fair about it. Do I poke more fun at AEW? Yeah. But why do I poke more fun at AEW? Because it gets a reaction. That's just pretty much it. It gets a reaction. Like some points I don't like about AEW, like Cody Rhodes and the Young Bucks. I feel Kenny Omega's stock has fallen because of AEW. I truly believe that. But sometimes I'll say shit just because I know AEW fans are going to get upset for no fucking reason. Sometimes debating these people and their delusions that AEW is some great company, yet they're only drawing 600 fucking thousand viewers. We're in some wrestling revolution, but these guys can barely get 600,000 viewers. It's not a freaking revolution. When I think of a revolution, I think these companies getting 1.2 million views or something. So yeah, man. But yeah, that's why, to me personally, man, like, you know, they just know what gets their audience triggered. And I know, you know, people who find my channel, they might agree with me, they might disagree with me. But at the end of the day, as long as you subscribe or watch a video or like or dislike the video, it doesn't matter. You gave me a view and you gave me interaction, and that's all what that YouTube cares about. Same thing with Twitter, same thing with Dave. Like the thing is, when people call me a fanboy and stuff, I'm okay with it. But at the same time, I like to argue back at it because it's like, dude, how hard is it to fucking just click on my, like, that's the thing. Wrestling fans, they make everything seem like it's like a challenge. Oh, I can't just click on your Twitter. And I'm not saying all you guys. Like, I'm talking about like just the randos on wrestling Twitter. It's like they find it so hard and difficult to literally sit there and try to like find something. Like they do. They treat it like it's a chore. Like, oh, I actually read this guy's profile. Now screw that. So yeah, you know, that's why Brian Alvarez and Dave Meltzer do what they do, is because it gets people talking, it gets people a reaction. Some of the stuff they say, they're pulling it out of their ass. So yeah. What's the viewing situation of Raw, SmackDown, Dynamite? For me or just in general? If it's for me, I watch Raw via YouTube. Like I watch the clips. SmackDown, if it's on, I'll check it out, but I won't watch it like live. I most likely will watch it via YouTube. Dynamite, I try to watch live just because like they don't really have a relative platform where else I could watch it. Watch TNT stinks. Just gonna say it. Like it buffers way too much for me. I don't know if that's my internet or their service, but it seems like the internet. But Dynamite, I'll watch every once in a while, but if I miss an episode, I'm not going to sweat about it because I feel like I'm going to get the same shit the next week, so I'm good. Will the mage leak from The Last of Us Part 2 is Papa Joel dies? Oh, wow. Does he die in the beginning? That's crazy. Top 5 NBA Finals? Oh, Jesus. Ones that I've seen live, I'm just going to give you those. I'm not going to give you ones that I didn't see live because that's just ridiculous. Number 5, just because I was a little kid, the Jazz versus the Bulls in '98. Crazy times was that finals. Number 4, now keep in mind this may be a little bit weird for some of y'all, but I liked it. Spurs versus Pistons, and I believe the '05 finals. I don't know why. It was just cool seeing two champions go at it. We had the Spurs that won in '03 and the Pistons that won in '04, and it was kind of like, hey, we got two championship level teams going at it. I like that one. Number 3, Spurs versus Heat 2013. I think that was LeBron's second championship. And also, too, it was just an overall good series. Ray Allen shot. Danny Green went off randomly in that series. Like it was a fun series. That was like the first series where like 3-pointers were like becoming a big deal. Number 2, Warriors versus Cavs 2016, Warriors blew that 3-1 lead. Game 7 is freaking intense. Like the last 5 minutes of Game 7 is just heart-wrenching. And I'm a LeBron fan, so I was like, come on, LeBron, come on. Like, I think a lot of people forget that I'm a LeBron fan, so yeah. And then number 1, Lakers versus Celtics 2010. A lot of games were blowouts, but Game 7 was really good. So yeah, I would say those are my top 5 favorite finals. Honorable mention is Mavericks versus Heat 2006, and mainly because I hate the Dallas Mavericks. So seeing them lose, and I don't give a fuck that the refs screwed them. Fuck the Mavericks. It was great. So yeah. Think Dom can beat Cejudo after this long layoff, even though he has done this before as far as winning fights off of a long layoff. I think Dominic Cruz has a chance. I think the thing about Cejudo, he has never faced a guy the height of Dominic Cruz. Cruz is 5'8", 5'9". He has a long reach. And the thing is, people forget Dominic Cruz's wrestling is not to sleep on. Like people are acting like Cruz has stuffed some really good level wrestlers. I know everyone's gonna be like, Cejudo's an Olympic champion. Demetrius Johnson showed that Cejudo's Olympic level wrestling does not really translate all the way to MMA. And Cruz is just underrated, man. Like I really do feel like, honestly, I'm looking at the odds closely for Gaethje versus Ferguson. I might throw a parlay of Gaethje and Cruz. Like I might throw a nice parlay in that bet because, to be honest here, I just have a good feeling about Cruz. I feel better about Cruz beating Cejudo. Like that's the one pick. Like if you're doing like MMA DraftKings, or if you're looking to do some sports betting, I would say go with Dominic Cruz. Like I feel super confident. Like especially if you're doing like those the DraftKings and stuff like that. Like put Cruz in your lineup. I think Cruz is such a safe bet for like a DraftKings lineup for this weekend. Like I feel like if you put Cruz in there, he will help you out. Like I just feel like he's going to get so much stats in. You were about to talk about before the stream went off. Oh, which are worse, New Japan Wrestling bots, AEW bots, WWE bots, or TNA bots? Oh, Impact Wrestling bots. Like AEW bots, a lot of them are just elite fans, and they don't really care about anything else in AEW. So if you say something bad about something else in AEW, they don't really care. Just don't talk about the elite. So that's fine. You can avoid that. New Japan bots, and they're kind of there, but they just kind of believe everything's great about New Japan. It's not that bad if you get into a debate with them. WWE bots, it depends on the fan base, like especially if you attack a certain wrestler, but you're fine with them. The TNA ones, oh my God, you can't even have sarcastic conversations with them. You can't even insult anything about TNA. They'll always say how TNA is still trying to get better, do all this. Like, these guys just don't know when to quit. Like, they just don't know, man. And so for me personally, I have posted tweets and about all companies, insulting all of them. The worst I got were TNA fans. Like, to this day, like, the TNA fans, like, are just so fucking annoying when you insult them or make a joke about them. Like, they just can't take a joke. The AEW fans, like, they're fine. You know, they might disagree with you. They might say some fallacies, but it is what it is. WWE fans might be insane, but sometimes a lot of the WWE fans are actually legit casual, so I don't get too pissed what they say. Or they're little kids that are on Twitter for the first time, so I'm not going to be pissed. New Japan fans, you know, they just care if you talk about the main event. They don't really get too upset. But the TNA Impact Wrestling fans, you shit on anything TNA or Impact Wrestling, and holy shit, dude, they go crazy, man. Like, seriously crazy. Like, they just go like they treat you like you're not a human, and they love insult, and they'll get personal too, man. Like they dug up shit about me, and I was like, what the fuck is your guys' problem? Like, did you really have to go to my one fan straight up went onto my Facebook and like literally found a post that I made in 2008 talking about a health issue, and I was like, are you fucking for real? Like, how low do you have to fucking be? Like, I could have easily done the same shit you did, but really? You have to bring up that shit? Fucking grimy. And I called him out on it too. And then that tweet got some traction that I called out to him on this shit. Like, wow. I said, literally, we're fucking debating about wrestling, and you have to do this grimy shit? And then he deleted his tweet, and then I deleted that tweet too, and stuff like that. But yeah, that's just grimy. So to this day, I will say I do have a bias against some Impact Wrestling and TNA fans, and sometimes and you know, I have some loyal TNA Impact Wrestling fans that follow me. But I'm just gonna tell you guys, y'all's community is grimy and dirty, dude. Like, y'all will do shit that is not cool, man. Like, for real, it's really not cool. You can call me fat, you can insult me as a person, but don't fucking go on my Facebook and dig up health history on me. Like, that's just fucking grimy. Like, that's just like the lowest you can fucking go. Like, you're really gonna fucking do that? Like, come on, man. So yeah, I would say TNA fans are definitely the 100% worse when it comes to wrestling fandom. Just grimy and fucking dirty, especially when you insult Impact Wrestling. Look, if you like TNA, awesome. That's great. You don't need to fucking be grimy about it. You don't have to be fucking dirty about it. Just be men. So fucking dirty. Those guys are pieces of shit. I'm turning into Dana White talking about them. See me getting all fucking pink. Fucking hate. Like, honestly, man, sometimes I hate Impact Wrestling fans the most, man. Just huge bums, in my personal opinion. Like, super necessary bums. So yeah. All right, let's go ahead and answer another question that won't piss off Chase Oliver. Let's see. So the ratings, they're all bad. The ratings for wrestling's bad. Chase, what did you think of the Last Dance documentary so far? I already watched the whole documentary. I got that plug, damn it. I loved it. I talked about it like straight shooter. Like, I'm gonna be honest, because I literally spent probably 10, 15 minutes already talking about it. Go back and watch the archive of this stream, and you can kind of see my full thoughts on it and stuff. Like, I talk about it in full detail. I just don't, because if people watch this back, they already know how I felt about the straight shooter, the Last Dance. So just like rewind it, and you'll get my thoughts for sure. Like, I just don't want to repeat myself for it. I got El Kukui round 2 TKO on Justin Gaethje. If Kukui goes for the body, yeah. I don't know, man. I feel like Gaethje's gonna catch him. I think Gaethje has that right hook that's gonna just knock out Tony Ferguson. My personal opinion. I would have loved to be in the gym when Wade Chamberlain was playing Magic Johnson. Oh, that should have been insane. Magic must have been like a crazy workhorse guy. How about NXT bots? What do they do? I never pissed off NXT fans, so I don't know. Like, I literally never pissed them off. Do you like Joe Galli as a play-by-play commentator? He's okay. Like, he's nothing special, but he's okay. Chase, can you imagine if Rockets got Clyde, the Hakeem, and Michael Jordan? That's a dynasty right there. Well, the Rockets couldn't have gotten Hakeem and Michael Jordan and Clyde. I guess it could. Was Michael being courted? I don't think Michael was ever being courted by the Rockets or anything. I mean, in the draft, yeah, Hakeem went to the Rockets because he played at the University of Houston. It was almost like the LeBron James in the Akron situation. Like, hey, we're going to take this kid no matter what, like, at all. And also, too, at that time, if you took Michael over Hakeem, and I was going to be like, oh, no. Hakeem, people sleep on Hakeem's early years, and also just sleep. Like, I don't know why Elijah Wan is one of the most underrated dudes ever, like, of all time greats. Like people like to sleep on Hakeem the Dream. Like, they just like literally act like Elijah Wan was not good, or like he was just okay. It's like, do you all remember? Like, he went to the finals like early in his career, and it was just kind of after that Houston had a bad team around him and stuff like that. So, for example, when Triple H wins the AEW World Title, and if I have a problem with it, Elite fans would attack me. Oh yeah. When when Cody wins the title, AEW fans are gonna make up some story. Like that's the thing, especially the Elite fans. Like, I really do feel like it's just a bunch of accounts that the Young Bucks and Cody made to defend themselves or something, because they get really upset and personal about this. Like, dude. The Young Bucks are not going to go up to you and be like, hey, Shadow Master 02, thanks for defending us. Want a steak dinner? They're not going to give you anything, maybe an autograph. But like for real, and granted, yes, I'm good for them. They managed to create this cult following that they have. But swear, dude, like, you ain't that person. You ain't the Young Bucks. Don't stop getting defensive if I say I don't like the Young Bucks matches. Stop getting pissed off. It's not that big of a deal. Like literally, it's not that big of a deal. We just have different opinions. Okay? You can sit here like the Young Bucks. Let me like my Usos. I like the Usos better. Oh, of course you do. You're a WWE fanboy. No, I just like watching the Usos wrestle. I think they're fun to watch. Yeah, because you're a fanboy. Okay, dude, can we just have a civil conversation? No, you're just a fuckboy fanboy. Young Bucks rule. You suck, WWE fanboy sheep. Okay, that's how it is. Yeah, I bet all you watch WWE. Why don't you ever watch an episode of AEW? I have. You didn't. Otherwise, you would love every Young Buck match. Like for real. Like it's like you can't even say if like you like a wrestler in WWE because then you're just a fanboy. You're just a fanboy if you like a wrestler in the WWE. Like you have to like everything exclusively to AEW. Like, oh, how dare you like anything WWE does? Such a fanboy. Sorry, Otis and Mandy was a good storyline. What do you want me to say? Like the thing is, I like Hangman Page and goddamn, I almost said Adam Cole. Kenny Omega. I like that storyline. That's a good storyline that they're doing in AEW. I say that all the time. I say, yeah, this is the storyline I'm most interested in. It sucks that Hangman's not on TV to let the storyline play out. No one sees those tweets. No one hears those comments. They just think I hate everything AEW. That's fine. Just know that I do tweet stuff that I like about AEW. Well, yeah, no, like if Cody ever wins the AEW title, and if you don't like it, well, you gotta understand what he did. Like, are you fucking Cody Rhodes, or are you just a fan? You don't need to defend why he won the title. If something sucks, it sucks. Like that's the thing with AEW fans. They just can't admit if something sucks. They just can't. Like it's just like, oh, if we admit that it's bad, then we become like them. We become like WWE. We become like the company up north. Like for me personally, I'm just being honest. Numbers never lie. Numbers tell you what's going on in the world. And for me personally, man, when I look at numbers, AEW has not been doing well. Numbers-wise, everyone will be like, well, they broke 100,000 pay-per-view buys. Who the fuck is 100,000? If you want 100,000 pay-per-view buys, cool, let's put Amanda Nunes versus Jermaine Duranamain as a main event for UFC. There's your 100,000 pay-per-view buys. Well, you know what's impressive is when I read that a UFC gets 400,000 buys with Max Holloway as a main event. Love Max Holloway. He's a fun fucking fighter, but I wouldn't think he's someone that draws 400,000 buys. You're telling me we're in a wrestling revolution, yet you can only get 100,000 buys? Well, Chase, that doesn't count like digital. Like, stop making up fucking excuses. Like seriously, you don't need to defend them. It's not like AEW is gonna walk up to you and be like, "Hey, man, thanks for like defending us on Twitter. Here's your fucking contract." Oh yeah, like that's the thing. If you like them, you like them. If someone doesn't like them, you don't have to go out of your way to tell them that you like them, to like it. I like certain stuff in AEW. There's certain stuff I don't like. I don't try to tell people you should hate Cody Rhodes. I tell people that people are turning a blind eye of Cody Rhodes' mini Triple H booking. But if anyone says, what's it called? If anyone says, like, you know, hey, you need to like this, don't listen to them. It's just ridiculous. Yeah, no, dude. Hakeem is a beast, man. Who's more controversial, John Jones or McGregor? Oh, John Jones. John Jones is like Jack Hammer. John Jones has done so much stupid shit. Like he has. Like, I don't want to get way into it, but we all know what he's done, man. Are the Usos and GOD are similar? No. GOD is a little bit more grounded. Usos are high flying. Is Kenny Omega doing a disservice to himself for not pushing himself? Yeah, he is. Because here's the thing. When you tell people about guys outside the WWE, Kenny Omega is one of the names that literally came into mind. Like here's the thing. A lot of people will say Cody's the biggest name that AEW has from a casual perspective. I disagree. I think Kenny Omega is that what was, quote unquote, was that name. Because I would have people saying like especially that don't follow anything else but WWE. Hey, who's this Kenny Omega? Like people were even hearing about him just because he had a documentary coming out. He had these matches with Okada that a lot of people were talking about. Some clips of him were being shared a lot on Facebook and stuff, especially highlight clips. Like my friends were even asking who was Kenny Omega. So that shocked me. No one was saying, hey, what's Cody Rhodes up to? I don't think anyone asked me when Cody was in the company. So for me personally, it's like Kenny Omega was the one guy you had that, like for real, the one guy you had that could have literally broke a difference. Like that's what I'm trying to say. That's how, like, and I'm not the biggest Kenny Omega guy, but when it comes to what I see, what my friends say, and everything else, I could see, you know what? Like when he was getting buzz as a Royal Rumble, you know, like oh my god, dog, stop scratching on the freaking door. No, get out. I hate when my dog does that. He scratches. It hurts my ears. I don't know why. But yeah, like Kenny Omega was getting so much heat, man. Like so much heat. Like good heat in a sense. And now it's like all gone. Now it's like he's like wanting to put people over. Dude, you should put yourself over. Because if you put yourself over and make yourself a megastar, guess what? It helps everyone else around you. So yeah, no, Kenny Omega really hurt himself by not pushing himself. He should have. I'm Heel asked, Chase, any advice how to get your life in order when aiming for a career? Should I focus on just practicing it first or practice it and study and audition at the same time? For getting your career, I would say definitely practice it. Honestly, just know if you're going to practice for a career, know that's something that you're going to do. Like, don't like it's good to have tools, but the one thing I've learned is that time is money. And the thing about time is that you can't get it back a lot of the time. And, you know, for me personally, I love working with digital media. I love Adobe. I put in a lot of time learning these Adobe products and using them, and it's helped me. And it's something that I like to have for my career. But is it something I see myself doing the whole time? No, not really. And I just feel like if you practice your skill set, it helps out a lot more than if you come unprepared. But make sure you know what career you're going into first. Because if you don't know a career you're going into first, there's no point in practicing those skills. Because I always knew I wanted to go into a career where there was digital media involved, where there's some type of media aspect. Maybe it's because I've done this YouTube channel on and off every once in a while and stuff like that. Maybe it's just I have an interest in social media and analytics and stuff. That's for me. But like to me personally, I just say like don't practice something unless you know you're going to actually do it. And it's okay if like you change your mind in your career. Like don't be upset if like all of a sudden you're like, oh no, I actually changed my mind, because then you'll have a skill set that you have. But just make sure at least you know what you want to do before you do it. Isaac Barak, yes, I checked out the Last Dance series. I actually had a plug to watch every episode. Just letting you know, if you want to know my full thoughts on it, just when this video uploads, just watch like I believe around like the 15-minute mark, or you can just check the live chat to see when someone asks about the Last Dance. You'll get my thoughts there, because I spent like a good 20-30 minutes talking about it. Something along that. I talked about the Last Dance very good, but I really do like the documentary. And I'm doing good, my friend. Hopefully your family's doing well hopefully your family's doing well, or whoever you live with is doing well, roommates and stuff during this whole quarantine. Thanks, I'm Heel. I'm glad you asked the question. I hope you have a good night too, man. I hope all y'all are safe, to be honest, man. Yeah, dude, Kenny Omega, like that's why to me, man, like I just don't understand why he didn't push himself to a main event status. The one match that made me watch TNA was their triple threat match between AJ Styles versus Joe. Yeah, the Unbreakable 2005 X Division. Great match. I was going to start my side job this summer, but you know what? You know what got in the way? Plus, it's a startup for my career just to have a reschedule later this year. Oh, your side job got rescheduled? Yeah, I talked about that. So I didn't review it. I just kind of talked about it. I said with the Pistons, like the Bad Boy Pistons, Isaac Brock, I said that was good, but I already knew all this because I watched the 30 for 30 with the Bad Boy Pistons. Like pretty much all that was was kind of like the 30 for 30 Bad Boy Pistons, minus the whole Joe Dumars father story, which is like one of my favorite sports stories ever. It's a sad story, but if you guys don't know, I really don't want to spoil that story just because I feel like you need to watch the 30 for, I think the Bad Boys Pistons documentary is very good for that 30 for 30, but it's such a great story about Dumars and his father and everything like that. Like it's sad too. Like it's not all like I'm not gonna say it's like positive, but it's just a crazy story, and I get emotional watching it too. But yeah, that's like my favorite thing of the whole Bad Boys documentary. But yeah, I talked about the Bad Boys. Oh, you have to reschedule your side job. I was confused. Like, oh, yeah, it's nice also having two jobs because you get extra income. So it's pretty nice. You know, I kind of miss like, oh God, like every Friday I would always have money coming in my bank account. It was really nice. It didn't matter how many hours I worked at Kohl's. It was just nice. No, you know what the one thing is about my bank account right now? Oh man, it's looking nice because I don't have to get gas. I feel like gas kills my bank more. It kills me more than anything else, man, because I fill up my tank once every week, and it depends on how much I was driving plus other things. So yeah, like around $25-$30 to fill up my tank. So yeah. Did you check out the next UFC card? Seems pretty big, dude. That's like the greatest card Dana White has put out in quite some time, man. Like the prelims themselves. I look at the prelims and I'm like, dude, this is like its own pay-per-view. Like the prelims could be even charged for at least a good pay-per-view price. Pettis versus Cerrone 2. I think Uriah Hall versus, I don't have the card in front of me, but Uriah Hall and Jacare Souza, they're fighting. I'm going to be doing the predictions for sure and stuff. I don't know if I'm going to do a live stream or if I'm going to do like an edited video. I have to wait and see. But I might do live streams because I enjoy doing live streams a lot more than edited stuff. Also, it's less work too, so it doesn't really matter to me and stuff like that. So yeah. And it's not going to get canceled. Dana's doing it in the state of Florida, and professional sports is an essential business in the state of Florida. That's just the bottom line when it comes down to it. Shout out to Vince. You know, AEW should be thanking Vince, man. Without Vince getting that Florida pass, AEW wouldn't be able to keep on filming his show. So that's very good. Impact Wrestling is coming back home to the Impact Zone, baby. Dana White's Fight Island, dude. I'm so excited for Fight Island. That this is the crazy, like honestly, when the coronavirus documentary hits, Dana White has to be featured in it. Like, just what he's doing is freaking insane. Like for real. When the COVID-19 documentary comes, there's got to be a UFC section because Dana White wanted Fight Island. Like, because there's going to be a whole sports section because obviously, you know, the pandemic was a big situation before, but I really do think once the NBA season got canceled, that's when, especially for America, that's when it started to snowball, and sports had a big impact on it. And literally, Dana White deserves like a good 20-minute segment in that documentary, Subjogging King, where he's talking about the UFC and Fight Island. Like Fight Island is just more like my friend was like, wait, are they, like, so one of my friends who casually watches UFC, he said, so is it Survivor but with an island? I was like, no, they're not playing Survivor. Dana White is literally getting a bunch of fighters to fight on a fucking island. How stupid is that? Like you can't believe that. Like this sounds like something like do you guys follow Tommy Toehold? I think you guys do. This sounds like something Tommy Toehold would write in his sketches. That Dana White bought an island for personal fights. Oh. No, that's not too soon for Cruz. Cruz is a top flight bantamweight. If he wants to fight for the title, Cruz gets a pass. Cruz is one of those guys that he deserves a title shot whenever he's ready to go. That's my personal opinion. He's one of the best fighters that we've seen in a generation. So, yeah. Do you think Tim Duncan deserves NBA Finals MVP in 05? Did Parker win that one? I swear I thought Timmy won. I think that was Parker's first one. I don't remember the stats off the top of my head. I just remember the series. But probably Parker deserved it. I think that was his breakout one, right? How do you feel about home Instagram concerts? I think it's creative. I think it's cool that like a lot of marketing platforms are doing such fun, creative things to keep their business relative and just doing some fun stuff. I also think it's fun for people who are music junkies and concert junkies. There was a phase in my life where I liked going to concerts, so I definitely understand that feeling. And for most people, Coachella is a great escape. It's a nice weekend for them to just enjoy their favorite bands and go out to the desert and stuff like that. It's a fun experience for most people. So yeah, I would say definitely concerts are fun. I think it's cool that people are doing it, man. Would you like to see Red Hood in the DC unit? No, I don't want to see anything in the DC universe. To be, no, I don't. I don't trust any of these writers. Jog on Keen. Like, let me see what we do with Robert Patterson's Batman before we talk about anything else Batman, because they haven't done a good job with Suicide Squad characters. Funny enough, I still have a Suicide Squad poster, and I don't know why I have that. I just like the poster, to be honest. But yeah, they haven't done a good job with Suicide Squad or any of this other stuff. Like for me, Jog Keen, I'm not gonna sit here and be like, yeah, I would like that character because I don't know what these stories are about. I don't know how these people are gonna write Batman. So for me, I'm not gonna talk about any characters and stuff. Let me get a movie first. Let me see what these people have planned for me, and then I'll say, you know who I want to see in the next movie is so and so. I don't even know who the new main movie villain is. Isn't it Mr. Freeze? That's a good starting point. At least get a villain that's somewhat well known. That's not the Joker. Who won 2005 Finals MVP? I can't even remember. Duncan or Kobe? Who had a better career? Oh, Kobe. I'm going to be like, Tim Duncan. I get it. I know you love Duncan. Duncan's fundamentally sound. But Kobe had one of the most memorable careers ever. Duncan's career is great. But like let's be real here. You know, a lot of people like, do people put Tim Duncan top 10 of all time? No, we put Kobe top 10 of all time. Duncan like barely makes the list. Like he's at 12 or 11. That's just my personal opinion. So yeah. And please don't ask me who are my top 10 basketball players of all time. It's 905. I'm probably going to forget some people. And yeah, like I'm just saying, just don't ask me that question. It changes all the time. But just know the usual 10 are Jordan, who's always number one, Magic, who's always number two. Number three is LeBron James. Number four is Wilt Chamberlain. Number five is Kobe. And then the rest, 6 through 10, that changes. Like that literally changes. So don't ask me 6 and 10. I'll give you top 5, but not 6 through 10. Shaq is somewhere in there, normally 7 or 6. Hakeem's in there. Larry Bird's in there. And then also always put in my top 10s. I think KD's almost there. Yeah, I'm a big Kevin Durant guy. Deal with it. Who would be my last guy I would put? Oh yeah, Kareem's in there too. Kareem's probably 6 for me. So yeah. I thought I said oh no, I said Wilt. Wait, Wilt Chamberlain. I always liked Wilt Chamberlain. He was great. He had a 100-point game. Stop hating. No, I'm just saying, Jordan King. Don't ask me anything about Batman right now because I don't know what they're gonna write him for. Like let me get a movie and then I can tell you. Hell, the only DC movie trilogy that was great was the Batman Begins, The Dark Knight Rises. That's true. What do you prefer, DC or Marvel? That's hard, man. Because honestly, I'm not clearly committed to one or the other. Comic book wise, I prefer reading DC comics. I think DC comics are written way better. I like the art style better in DC Comics. I like some of the storylines better in DC Comics. Like they're just better storylines in DC Comics. Movie wise, I prefer Marvel because I just feel like I like the Marvel characters as movies better than they do in comic books. Sometimes the comic book characters are really stupid, but in Marvel at least. But I do prefer DC more for comic books and just anything reading material from DC and cartoon wise too. I think DC has better cartoons overall. So yeah. Top 5 biggest what ifs in the NBA. If Len Bias was alive, no, I shouldn't be laughing, but it's true. What if he didn't go out and sniff cocaine that one night and die? Like, could we be talking about someone that's rivaling LeBron James and everything? Like, that would have been insane. Len Bias was amazing. He looked like he was going to be amazing. Andrew Wiggins. Like, I don't know what happened with Andrew Wiggins. I'm the biggest Timberwolves fan, and I can tell you I don't know what happened to Andrew Wiggins. Like, what if Wiggins lived up to his fucking potential? What if the Warriors won in 2016 and not the Cavs? Would KD have gone to the Warriors? What KD signed somewhere else? What KD went to the Hawks? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, where would KD go if the maybe the Warriors won, but maybe KD probably doesn't want to go to the Warriors. Maybe they have no reason to sign him because they have no reason to get him because KD was really the ultimate neutralizer to LeBron James. Like, they signed KD to stop LeBron. That's the main reason. That's the main reason why they got KD. And KD did his job. So yeah, what if the Warriors won in 2016? What if Shaq and Kobe stayed together? Because let's be real, those guys stayed together. How many reigns would they have had? I think ultimately they would both have like maybe 7 total. Because Shaq could still ball. Like, Shaq was good up until 2009. So you got to think some of these years when he was on the Heat, him and Kobe, and Shaq did win a title with the Heat in 05. So it's not out of the realm of possibility, or 06, I should say, in 06. It's not out of the realm of possibility that Shaq and Kobe could have won at least like 7 rings total. That would have been insane. And then my other biggest what if is like, what if LeBron stayed in Cleveland? Or what if LeBron went to college? I know people are going to say, what about Derrick Rose and stuff like that? But, you know, Derrick Rose was Derrick Rose. He was going to get injured eventually because of the way he plays. That's just the bottom line. Like, nothing could have prevented D Rose from becoming injured. Like, if you just made sure he could never get injured. But the way he played, eventually he was going to have a horrific injury. I know that's terrible to say. I love Derrick Rose, one of my favorite players ever. He got me into basketball, so yeah. Do you prefer to design a Super Saiyan 4 or MUI? What is MUI? Ultra Instinct? Like autonomous Ultra Instinct? Well, Master Ultra? What's MUI? If you're just Ultra Instinct, I would still say Super Saiyan 4. Super Saiyan 4 has a sick design. Ultra Instinct is just Goku has white hair. But I think that's what you meant, right? MUI? I've never heard of it. Like, I don't know if they named it or anything. So, like, yeah. Do I like horror films? I like slashers. I don't really like demons, possessions. Like, that's not my thing. Name a couple of things you would have changed in the summer of Punk, and what would be the destination for it to be for you with the storyline? First of all, Punk would have not come back to WWE for quite some time. Like, I would not have had Punk come back to the WWE until Royal Rumble. Like, what I would have done is for months on end, you know, Vince is trying to crown a champion. Like, what I would have done is taken someone where it's like, okay, let's make him the quote unquote WWE champion and make him the biggest heel possible. You couldn't have done Cena because you're preparing that Cena and Rock match. So it's kind of like, why would you go with Cena if you know he's having a match with Rock? So I would just make sure, Cena, you focus on the Rock feud. We're gonna build up that. Who can we take as, like, you know, a guy that we can build up as a big heel? You guys got guys like Wade Barrett. You could have done Sheamus. I feel like Sheamus would have been the best option, to be honest. Like, you just get Sheamus as a heel pretty much, and he's the faux WWE champion. Fans are hating on it and stuff like that. I'm just using the name, or maybe you can use Mark Henry. Anyone. You can use anyone for the storyline. And then I would have it where it's pretty much, you know, this guy wins at the Royal Rumble, and then Punk returns. And maybe you can work out a deal with some independents where Punk defends the WWE Championship. Or maybe Punk just doesn't come back, doesn't show up at all until January. You just find a way. And then afterwards, you lead to a big WrestleMania match between Punk versus that person for the WWE Championship. Or hell, maybe it could have been Jericho. But the whole point is, I would have kept Punk away until Royal Rumble. Maybe find a way where the faux champion loses the belt, or maybe they just don't have the WWE championship because Vince can't physically get it back. Like, he can't just make a fake championship. Vince is so prideful. And then by Royal Rumble time, we do the whole no confidence storyline where Triple H is like, oh, Vince, no one has confidence in you, blah, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden, he does a Royal Rumble to name a champion. Maybe you could have made Triple H champion, and then Punk comes out at the end of the Royal Rumble match and holds the belt high, and fans go fucking ape shit. Like, for sure, my plan would be CM Punk stays away until Rumble. How else everything else goes, I really haven't really dived into it like deep like that, just because, like, for me personally, it's like one of those storylines where you got to be really creative. What are you going to do to fill the void that there's no WWE Championship match? Because here's the thing. Back then, it's 2011. You're still doing the regular pay-per-view model. People are still paying $59.99 or $49.99 for pay-per-view. If you're going to expect people to buy these pay-per-views, they have to be some big matches. Not to mention, CM Punk is your hottest star. So you're missing this guy for months. Like, what are you going to do to have this guy fill the void? What are you going to place? You can't get the Rock every pay-per-view. Your biggest match that you're building to is Cena versus Rock at 28. Like for me personally, you got to think about that shit. Most people don't. Most people say it's easy to rebook the Summer of Punk. Well, you're forgetting a big model. And you're forgetting that WWE's public. So if the shareholders want CM Punk, they're getting CM Punk, whether we like it or not. So, yeah. All right, let's see. What if Jordan didn't retire from 1993 to 95? Oh, the Bulls would have – I think the Bulls definitely would have won 8 straight. No, I feel like the Bulls – so this is what I feel like would have happened. The Bulls would have won 4 straight. They would have been cocky. They would have been the thing. I still think Horace Grant leaves. I still think it will just be that Horace Grant leaves that team. Also, too, like, we also got to think Kukoc probably doesn't develop as he does in those 94, 95 seasons. And as well, maybe the Bulls don't get certain players that they got because of their record and positioning. 95, though, I'd definitely be like 95 because I feel like especially where Michael was at, where Scotty was at, they won't have Rodman at that time. They lost Horace Grant. I feel like they still would have lost that series. Like, I feel like I would have gone the same way where it's like maybe they don't lose to the Magic. Maybe they lose to another team because, the Bulls aren't that bad. But I do feel like they will get an upset in the Eastern Conference Finals. I feel like we would see Michael Jordan be human. We will have like the talk pieces. And then everything else for the Bulls just play it how it does. But I do feel like they would have won at least one extra championships. The Bulls would be 7-time champs. Do you think that Becky Lynch is closer to being Cena 2.0 than Roman or Seth ever were? What is she drawing merch-wise? She's not doing shit. That's not a Cena 2.0. But Becky Lynch is more kind of like I just feel like she's more like Roman and Seth than Cena. Yeah, she wins matches, but she's not drawing money. So it doesn't matter to me. I guess she is. What if James Harden stayed with the Thunder? I think OKC would have at least 2 championships with Durant, Westbrook, man. That was the biggest missed opportunity in NBA history. Or maybe they don't have any championships and the Oklahoma City Thunder become the Houston Rockets. Have you ever thought about that? That maybe it's just James Harden can't play with other superstars. Just saying, you put a team with him with another superstar, he never turns out well. I feel like James Harden just needs to be the only superstar. How would we do that? I don't know, Daryl Moore. You do that. But yeah, no, I think the Thunder could have made one more finals, but I don't think they would have won any. Like, to me personally, I feel like James Harden's growth also would have still been stunted. Chase, how would you write Halloween Kills and Halloween Ends storylines? I have not seen those movies in quite some time. So I do apologize, no Laura. I will give you a shitty answer, and I can't tell you anything about them. Just did research on Len Bias. Really disturbing to hear about his death. Yeah, Isaac Brock. It was one of the biggest what ifs, man. Like, Len Bias literally could have been like a huge deal in the NBA. Like, he was such a great player, man. Like, he was such a fun player to watch and stuff like that. Like, he could have been someone like, that could have challenged Jordan. And like I said, could have challenged the fact, like, we talk about LeBron and Kobe and stuff like that. Like, we could be talking about Len Bias. And Len Bias would have been in the league until, like, like 2006 at least. So we could have seen him going against everyone, man. Punk should have come back SummerSlam or Survivor Series. Yeah, I guess, but I feel like the longer you wait, the better the taste. I believe the Summer Punk destination should have been Triple H turning heel and at least CM Punk and Triple H at WrestleMania 28. Well, yeah, that's another. Like I said, that's another idea. I just feel like if you have Punk's star power, use Punk's star power to build up another guy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like have it where it's another modern guy. Like him versus Triple H, you can do for another pay-per-view. Like you can milk that money's worth. And plus, I like the end of the era match. So yeah. Do you think Sasha Banks should have had a long title reign as women's champion while she was a babyface? See, the thing is with Sasha, I feel like she's a better chaser than she is a champion. Like, I feel like her as a champion, it's fun, it's nice. Like, yeah, you get it. Like, Sasha's a champion. But then later down the line, you're watching Raw or SmackDown, and you're like, hey, who's the champion? Oh, it's Sasha Banks. Oh, yeah, I forgot. That's how I feel like Sasha is as a champion. Is that she's a, oh, yeah, type of champion. She's not like, oh, yeah, Sasha's the champ. Like SmackDown Women's Champion, struggling. Oh, yeah, it's Bayley. Raw Women's Champion, Becky Lynch. NXT Women's Champion, Charlotte. WWE Intercontinental Champion. Oh, yeah, it's Sami Zayn. United States Champion. This is definitely Andrade, I think. WWE Champion, McIntyre. Universal Champion. Oh, yeah, it's vacated. SmackDown Tag Champions, New Day. Raw Tag Team Champions. Who are the Raw Tag Team Champions? Wow. Who are the Raw? Oh, Street Profits. Oh, yeah, Street Profits. NXT North American Champion, Keith Lee. NXT Champion, Adam Cole. NXT UK Champion, Walter. NXT Cruiserweight Champion. Oh, yeah, it's that guy from NXT UK, but you get what I'm saying. Like, you got to think about it. I always have out in the blue Q&As. I normally do my Q&As around this time. This is kind of like a normal Q&A time, CPZ. I feel like this is kind of normal. What are your thoughts on the state of independent wrestling? It's kind of in a weird state because with this whole situation, we don't know when these guys and gals can get back to work and how much money these guys and gals are losing. I wish them nothing but the best, but I feel like this is going to hurt independent wrestling down the road, especially because, like, I'm going to be honest, I've been to a lot of independent wrestling shows. Some of those venues are not the most well-kept venues that they're at, and unfortunately, those are the only venues that they can own, they can afford. And I feel like soon, like a lot of sporting events and stuff, they're going to have to make sure they're regulated. And I can tell you, man, from personal experience, some wrestling fans do not know how to use a bathroom that well. So, yeah, it's going to be a weird time, man. Would the Bad Boy Pistons survive in today's NBA rules? Like, would the rule change greatly affect them, how their play style? No, I feel like they would still play the same. You know, people will just say they're a dirty team, but they would adapt. Like, that's what the Bad Boys did. That's how the Pistons became the Bad Boys. People like to just, like, do revisionist history on the Pistons, but the Pistons were one of those teams that adapt to the fact, like the Celtics fans. Like, literally, Celtics fans love just revisionist history. Like, they love to change history that fits their narrative. People forget the Celtics play dirty all the time. Like, we going to sit here and pretend now that the Celtics were some clean team during the 80s? Larry Bird was always hacking fucking dudes. McHale was always freaking bumping people with his damn shoulders. Like, we going to sit here and pretend? The Pistons adapt. They had to do what they had to do against a bigger and physical team. Like people forget the Pistons weren't that big and physical compared to the Celtics. They were always a smaller team. So they adapted to make it where the Pistons, had to play that way. And people didn't like it, but that's just what they did. They knew what they needed to do. And that's what they would have done in today's era. Like, Isaiah Thomas would be so much of a threat in today's NBA because not only would he be a smart point guard that knew how to get his teammates open and make clutch shots, he would actually have a three-point shot because he would have to learn it. Dumars is kind of like the most perfect player that, if you could take any guy from the Bad Boys, you would take Dumars and you would put him on an NBA team, and there you go. You have Joe Dumars shooting fucking three-pointers for you. So yeah. Do you think it would be bad to put the belt on the Dream? I don't know what his legal status is, but it's not a good look. I would definitely say keep the belt on Adam Cole right now. So yeah. Do you buy in the story that Delonte West slept with LeBron's mom? Yeah. I believe it. Like LeBron's mom's not old. Like people forget she had him when she was like what 16, 17. She's only like 36. Delonte West is like 20 something. It's not a bad age range. It's not like LeBron's mom's ugly either. Like sometimes if you look at LeBron's mom, you're like, oh wow, she's actually pretty attractive. So I'm just saying I do believe it. I mean, especially when you saw how LeBron treated West near the end and stuff like that. They didn't treat Delonte West all that good. Like, here's the thing, man. Like, I love LeBron James as an athlete, but as a person, I think he's just like I get it. He does a lot of charity stuff, so people won't believe it. But I feel like behind the scenes, LeBron is the biggest bitch. I feel like he's such an asshole. Like that's the thing about LeBron James. I really do feel like he puts on a great PR front, but from like I would love a tell-all book about LeBron James. Like I just want one of his friends to just say, you know what, fuck it. I'm just gonna do this tell-all book about LeBron, and people will believe it too because it's like, hey, dude, this is one of his close friends and stuff like that. Like Kobe embraced that shit. Like Kobe, the thing is, he tried to be this nice guy and stuff. Then the Colorado incident happened, and afterwards he became the Mamba. He literally became that, and he just was a prick. But people respected that. Michael Jordan, it was kind of like commercials made him out to seem like he was some nice guy, but in reality, we all know Michael Jordan's a prick. I feel like LeBron James is such a prick too. Like you could just tell maybe he's a little bit of a prick, maybe a lot of a prick, because he really treated Delonte West bad, like during those times. And I believe that like I said, LeBron's mom's not ugly. It's not like LeBron's mom was some disgusting human being where you're like, oh no. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if there's other teammates that slept with LeBron's mom. They just knew to keep their mouth shut. So yeah. Mm-hmm. Do you believe Pain should have been the final villain in Naruto and the Pain Invasion is the final arc in Naruto? No. They needed to do Sasuke versus Naruto. Pain shouldn't have been the final arc or the final villain. Madara was always kind of set up to be the final villain, especially with how much hype Madara was getting. So no, I don't feel like Pain should have been the final one. Have you watched the Jordan doc yet? CPZ, I've been asked this question literally 3 times, and I've said it all 3 times. I'm not trying to be rude. I'm just letting you know I've answered it like 3 times. So with the Jordan doc, I watched it. When the Q&A goes on replay, just watch like from the 15-minute mark. I give like my full thoughts on the Jordan doc. Yeah, no, exactly. Say Gaethje beats El Kukui. Do you see him beating Habib? Gaethje has good wrestling and he has a very good counter hook. I feel like he has a chance. Like honestly, I don't think Gaethje's too bad. The one thing Habib will do though is attack Gaethje's belly, and that's the thing that Gaethje hates getting hit at. But if Gaethje does beat Tony, I think he has a chance against Habib. Or I just see Habib mauling him, to be honest. Like that's the thing about Habib, man. That guy just knows how to wrestle. But Gaethje has power, man. He has that power. Tony Ferguson, he doesn't really have power. He has cardio that tires people out. He tires people out. Like he messes them up. But he's not really known for knockout power. Gaethje has knockout power for his size. Do you believe Yu Hakusho should have ended the Black Saga with Sensui as the final villain? No, because they had to tie it. Like you couldn't have just ended the series there because you added the fact that Yusuke is a demon. Okay, how? Now you're just gonna end it? No, we needed another arc. We needed another arc. If they didn't put the demon card, then yes, but we needed another arc. Remember that time when people following the Bucks owner daughter? Oh yeah, didn't Phil Jackson date her? I think Phil Jackson dated her. I saw a vid on the top assholes of the NBA. LeBron not mentioned, but Kobe and Jordan were. LeBron, because he does great charity work, but I just feel like was Durant on that list? I wonder if Durant's an asshole, so I wonder if he was on that list. Do you think that they messed up Universe 6 Frieza with him revealing that he wasn't evil? He was as evil as regular Frieza? What? You mean Frost? Yeah, I feel like that was kind of like a weird, like, I mean, it fits the Frieza race that they're supposed to be, like slimy and grimy at the end. But for me personally, man, no, I didn't think it ruined him. Would you like to see Cooler rebooted in Dragon Ball Super? Yeah, Cooler would be a welcome addition. I think he would be fine. There's fanfare for Cooler, so it wouldn't be a rush, man. What the hell was this so-called greatest live TV show yet that Tony Khan was talking about this past week? The NFL draft from last week, maybe? I don't think he was talking about AEW. Do you check out YouTubers like Cash Nasty, LSK, etc.? I watch Cash Nasty. I watch Cash Nasty, Troy Dan, Chris Move, obviously. Tino the Fourth Quarter. Those are the YouTubers I kind of follow for NBA 2K basketball stuff and just in general. I think Cash is hilarious. Like that dude is just charisma for days. Like that guy's like the most funniest guys. But other guys, no, not really. Like I don't really watch any of the Two Hype stuff. Like nothing against Two Hype guys. I just like for me, I like Cash. Like I'm not gonna watch the rest of Two Hype. Like I could care less about the rest of Two Hype and stuff like that. Do you have any YouTube shoe channels you like? Oh yeah, I have a bunch of YouTube shoe channels I like. So I like Tony D2 Wild, very chill dude, very fun to watch. I like Seth Fowler. Seth brings. Oh wow.
I'm having trouble connecting to the internet.
Amazon.
Take a look at the help section in your Alexa app.
Shut the fuck up, Alexa. You ruined that. But yeah, I like Tony. I like Seth Fowler. Seth Fowler's really good because he's kind of just like a normal dude, but also too he does reviews on a lot of shoes, so I like him too. I like Steve. I'm sorry if I fuck up his last name. Steve Naito Reviews. I like him because he literally like gets every sneaker and he reviews it, and it helps me because he really goes into good detail on them. Bullet RC, I like his sneaker content. Complex, obviously, you got to follow Complex if you want to keep up with certain stuff in sneakers. There's other channels too. I'm just drawing a blank. Oh, Mr. Fomer Simpson. Fomer Simpson is really cool. We're also near the same size foot because I'm a size 12. He's like a size 12, 13, I believe. So, and same with Bullet RC. Those guys like are like near my size. So whenever they're selling stuff, it's really nice because I can buy off of them and they're really cool. Sniper Jones is another YouTube channel. Like I actually sold Sniper Jones a shoe. I gave him a good deal on some off-whites, but that's because Sniper like he had a chance, like to me personally, the price that I sold my off-whites for was the price I was going to get at Cool Kicks anyway. So I was like, why would I go to Cool Kicks and get the price when I can give it to someone that I know is actually going to enjoy the shoe that he gets? So yeah, I would rather sell him a shoe than actually give it to then actually give it to Cool Kicks. Like I was like looking, like I looked at the price. I was like, because I went to Cool Kicks and I asked them how much would it be, and they said, "Oh, my size," and it's true, my size is not a money size and stuff like that. So he said, "We're looking at this." And the thing about those type of shops too, I have nothing but good things to say about Cool Kicks. They do good stuff for the LA community and stuff like that. I'm just talking about these shops in general. They really don't look at the sell now price for a stock. They will sell that price for the sell now price. But what they look at is the lowest ask. And the thing is, they'll be like, look, this shoe, we looked at the lowest ask and that's the price. And I totally understood. I wasn't pissed at them. I was like, oh, okay, gotcha. Cool, thanks, guys. And they're like, oh, you're not going to sell? I'm like, no, I think I might hold on to it, and stuff. I thought might drive up a little bit more. Down the road, they're like, yeah, no, we totally understand you, man, like and stuff. But yeah, if you need anything in the shop, just let us know. And they're really cool. Nothing bad to say about them. But I was like, okay, if I were to give this to them, it's pretty much selling him the shoe, for the same price. So I just sold him the shoe. Like I wasn't gonna wear it. It wasn't like I didn't even put it on my feet. Like I literally looked at it. I said I got the shoe because I was like, I'm gonna sell this shoe. The only really off-white that I want is that Air Max 90, and it's like a tan one. That's the only one I really want. Other off-whites, I'm looking at those Jordan 4s, the sale ones that are coming out. I think they're women exclusive. So, yeah, man, those are ones I'm looking at. But, yeah, Sniper Jones I like too. I watch Unbreakable Kicks from time to time. More for Jordan news stuff, just because he does good job on Jordan news. Oh, Sneaker Files. Sneaker Files is one of the YouTube channels you definitely should watch, especially when it comes to rumors and releases. And Wear Testers. Wear Testers is my go-to for basketball shoes. Like if I need to know if a basketball shoe is good for playing in, just performance, or just wearing, I go for it. I follow a lot of sneaker channels actually, but those are the ones, man. So yeah. So yeah. Who do I prefer, Frieza or Cell? Oh, Frieza. I always like Frieza, man. Frieza's laugh, Frieza's anger, just anything about Frieza was awesome, man. How happy were you guys got Herbert? Oh, I was so fucking stoked, dude. Herbert's my boy, dude. Like I told, what's it called? I told Schleg Daddy, like probably like after the Rose Bowl, I love Herbert. And then afterwards, I was all in on Herbert, and I said I want Herbert as my QB for the future. And he has the records. Like we would DM each other about Herbert all the time. And one of my friends told me that's close with the Chargers that they were looking at Tua pretty hard. So I was like scared, like not scared. I like Tua as well, but it just seemed like they were going to take Tua or Herbert. So it just seemed like it was one or the other. Do you consider Geekdom is conceited a bit about Dragon Ball? Geekdom feels like he knows everything about Dragon Ball. Like this dude, like he'll be like, this is not correct information. I don't know where you got this information, but this is completely false. It's like, dog, just shut up, man. You don't need to be an expert. Other assholes I remembered at the top of my head were KG. Oh, KG's an asshole. I'm a big Timberwolves fan, but he was a dick to his opponents. Rondo has had attitude issues, so yeah. Karl Malone. Oh, fuck yeah. Matt Barnes? No. Artest? No way. Rodman was just weird. What's the MMA fight that result of it pissed you off? Damn, dude. It's been a while. I can't like it was an older fight. I would probably say Machida versus Shogun. I was just confused by that fight, but it didn't like piss me off that much. Like it was it also a knockout too? Because for knockout wise, I was kind of pissed when Connor, what's it called? When Connor knocked out Aldo, I was kind of pissed at that because I was like, damn, dude, I really want to see them fight. Like, I really want to see Aldo and Connor in a competitive fight. So, yeah. Would you like to see Nate Diaz versus Colby Covington? Not really. Do I have any pets? Yeah, I have 4 dogs. Want to smoke some crispy, crunchy, peanut buttery backwoods. What? Huh? Are you crazy inside your head? Peanut butter is good, though. I love peanut butter. Nice buzz, by the way. It looks like you're a drill instructor. That's cool. I don't feel like I'm a drill instructor, but thank you, man. Also, cat. I'm allergic. What's it called? I'm allergic to cats, so I can't have them, man. How scary is that John Jones barely tries anymore and still wins? It's annoying. Like, dude, Jones, go out there and fuck someone up, man. Like, this Jones is the worst Jones. Tell us a story, any story. We'll ask a question about a story, and I'll tell you a story. Ain't that hard. You just got to ask Chase, tell us a funny story. Or Chase, tell us about one time. I'm going to go into 8 mode if you don't stop. Oh, 8 mode. Jesus, man. Who is this? Tell me how this guy is. I don't understand why Philadelphia Eagle fans got upset about Jalen Hurts. Well, you know, they signed Carson Wentz to this big money, and then you just ditch him. That just makes no sense to me. Do you really soak your clothes in vape liquid to get a really wet smoke? Oh, no, I don't even vape. Wow. There's some deep meta thoughts over here. This guy went 8 mode too. He's 8 mode in the chat. Jesus, man. Don't go Ozer on us. Don't go all giant and kill your grandparents like Goku did. Like, oh man. Do you like the idea of rated R MCU continuing the Punisher Marvel rated R MCU continuing with the Punisher, Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Deadpool, Blade, Ghost Rider, Luke Cage, and Elektra? Is this confirmed, or is this like you just saying stuff? Like John King, I want to know, is this like what you want to happen, or is this confirmed? Because if it's confirmed, that's a good list right there. If not, it's like, yeah. Do you like that? Let's see. What's else? How old are the dogs? 11, 2, 1, and 6. What's you wrestling and MMA wish this year? My wrestling wish this year. Oh, do I have one? A good Hangman and Kenny Omega match. Like, can we get that? Can I get a good Hangman and Kenny Omega match in front of the crowd? That'd be cool. MMA wish, just Habib and Tony, please. Like, find a way to get Habib and Tony this fall. Masvidal as welterweight champion would be a good wish, just because he probably will lose to Usman, but it would just be nice to see the journey complete. Like, it'd be kind of cool to see the resurrection complete. I don't care if he loses the belt the next pay-per-view. It would just be nice to see this journey have a nice happy ending, you know? Well, I'm allergic to cats. What do you want me to do? Die? I can't have cats, bud. I'm sorry, Sergeant. I can't. I mean, I've been meaning to ask, did the Fiend get you like he did Brian? What do you mean, get me? Oh, no, I just shaved my head. I just shaved my head. I just got tired of having hair, so I was just like, screw this, and I just shaved it. I was going to film it. I was going to go on live and shave my head live, but then I just was like, my internet was really, like, the thing was my internet was really bad, so I was just like, yeah, this is not going to turn out well. And I was trying to find an outlet to plug the shaver, but also, too, my hair is very curly, so when I shave it, man, it's a lot of hair. Like, I know you guys can go back to some of the videos and you'll be like, Chase, it's not that bad, but it's actually that bad. So my hair go everywhere. What do I do for a living? I work 2 jobs because I live in California and it's expensive here, and I go to grad school. So I'm technically a full-time student, even though it's only taking 2 classes. I work as a digital media specialist, and I work at a retail job. I'm not going to say those companies' names because for safety reasons and for, just because some people on the internet, Sergeant, I'm not saying you're one of them. I just don't recognize your name. They like to mess up other people's lives for the fun of it. So yeah. But yeah, those are the 2 jobs I do. Someone said that Durant was the nicest. Dude, have you heard Durant on the podcast, the Bill Simmons? He's such a fucking dick. You heard my favorite WWE wrestler. His name is Nick Gums. Absolute man. Nick Gers. Don't think he's a Theme Atlas, but that's a very good name. I feel like you did a great pun there, my friend. I guess. I didn't even say the correct way. I thought you said Nick Gums, but you did a punny pun there, my friend. Wow. It's a rumor that Rated R MCU, and it's something I would want since the characters I name would be in the Rated R MCU. Okay, that's a good list. But yeah. Have you met any wrestlers, and which ones were assholes and which ones were nice? Batista was an asshole. He was just, I still love Batista, but he was an asshole. Eric Young, I don't know what it was that day, but he was a fucking dick, and I never let that go. But the one thing, the 3 wrestlers that were super nice, actually 4. Cena's really nice. The Bella Twins were really nice, and Titus O'Neil is like the coolest guy ever. Like, Titus will sit there and talk to you, and as long as you respect it to him, he's awesome. So those are the wrestlers I like. I feel like we're the nicest. Would you consider MMA fighters more as psychopaths or sociopaths? Oh, they're psychopaths. Yeah, you'll go in there, get your ass kicked and stuff. Like, man. Dang, 2 jobs in school. How do you have time to stream? I have more time because of quarantine, but normally I don't have time and stuff because I also got to work out. I'm fat, so I'm trying to lose weight. So yeah. Did you hear the rumors of all women's Star Wars being in the works? Oh, why? God damn. No, I don't want to hear these rumors. I don't want to think about them. No, dude, the Durant's just a dick, dude. There's no way he's sensitive. He's a dick. Yeah, dude, Batista, like, this was like when he was megastar Batista and stuff. Like I literally asked him for an autograph. He's like, "Get out of the way, kid." And not even sorry. I was upset, little kid too. And I remember too. The shout out to Tim, the WWE staff guy that was working. He saw how upset I was. He saw that interaction, and then, "Hey man, are you okay?" And I was like, I was playing up some crocodile tears too. I'm not gonna lie. I was all like, and then he pretty much, got me autographs from Teddy Long and Funaki, out of all people in the world, because that makes up for not getting Batista's autograph, but whatever. Shout out to him, good guy. That's a guy that I like. It's someone who actually cares about other people's emotions and stuff. What kind of music do you listen to? Any album recommendations? I'm the worst when it comes to music. I listen to J-pop, to K-pop, to rap, to country, to rock, to alternative rock. I don't keep up with music. I don't know. Like if you could make up a rapper's name, you can be all like, "Oh yeah, man. Did you hear Little Tunichi?" And I'll be like, yeah, for sure. No, I've never heard of him. I don't have any album recommendations for you except for Watch the Throne, which is an old album and it's Jay-Z and Kanye. Can't believe that album's almost 10 years old. So yeah. Who are the biggest narcissists in wrestling and MMA? Like that are into themselves? Oh, Lex Luger, wasn't he called a narcissist at one point? Hogan's the biggest narcissist for sure. Just absolutely. MMA? Oh god, that's so hard. Because a lot of MMA people didn't start showing their characters until later on. And I don't feel like there's any, like, currently right now, I feel like the biggest narcissist is Usman. Kamaru Usman comes off as the biggest narcissist, at least in my personal opinion. Like, he's so into himself. Do I like Conor at his current weight? Conor's okay at his weight. He's not doing anything special, but he's okay. I feel like he should be back at 155. How would you sum up Ben Askren's career? Very good fighter. It's just that when he got into the UFC, it was a little bit too late. Like, he was just too late, Thoughts on the Batman, The Dark Knight movies? Oh, I love Batman Begins. The Dark Knight's my favorite. Dark Knight Returns was good. Like, I feel like The Dark Knight Returns, it's still a good movie. I love the soundtrack in that movie, but I just love the Dark Knight, just The Dark Knight. Was it Dark Knight Returns or The Dark Knight Rises? I get the names mixed up. Thoughts on Beethoven? Oh, he was deaf and he was able to do some really good stuff with his music. So, very good artist. Was Beethoven deaf? I believe he was. I remember, I don't know why. School made you learn about Beethoven like so much. Like every music class, I learned about this dude. I even watched his little. I remember one time, I don't know why I remember this so vividly, but it was like in the 4th grade. Like, we had a music class, and the teacher asked, "Do you want to learn the recorder or watch a movie?" We're all little kids, so our dumb asses chose the movie. And this teacher was so happy we chose the movie. He's like, "Oh, I got this Beethoven movie." And he showed this Beethoven movie. I was like, what the fuck? Fast forward to my sophomore year in high school. I didn't take a music class, but we were learning about history and music, and Beethoven got popped up. And the teacher's like, "Yeah, we're going to watch a Beethoven movie." And I remember telling this guy in my class, I was telling him, "Oh my God, dude, I remember I watched this Beethoven movie in the 4th grade. It was absolutely terrible." That was the same movie. I was so pissed. I was like, what is this shit? So yeah. What is so good about K-pop? I just like the beats, honestly. Like I get caught up in the beats, the rhythm of the music too much, man. Like that's just me, man. I get caught up into it. Let's see. Best shooter interviews in wrestling. New Jack is a good shoot. Diamond Dallas Page is a good shoot. I don't like keep up. Jim Cornette's always a good shoot if you just want random shit being thrown out there. All these current guys are kind of like the same. They all just kind of bitch about, "Oh yeah, I pitched just one shitty idea and it didn't get accepted." It's like, okay, we get it, dog. like for me with K-pop, I just like the like Sergeant. I just like the beats of them, man. Like K-pop just has like good beats to them. Like it's just like I don't know. It's like I guess because like growing up watching like Fast and Furious and a lot of racing movies and just playing a lot of racing games, like those were kind of like the sounds that I heard while playing. And so it's just like, yeah. How different would wrestling be if Vince went to jail for the steroid scandal? Oh, wrestling wouldn't be around. I'll tell you that. WCW would take over and then wrestling would have died in 2005. No way. No way WCW is going to be around. Best birthday gift I got? Oh, that's hard, man. I've got some really good gifts, man. Like I can't say enough how awesome I had. I had a good childhood and stuff like that. I always got like cool gifts and stuff. Not everything I wanted, but it was like for my birthday I couldn't complain. Like I got some decent stuff. So for me, birthday gifts that I like, the best birthday gift I ever got. Oh, it's just like such a hard question because it's so. Like for me, I would say my favorite though, just because it was just kind of cool, was when I got into high school and stuff, and it was like my freshman year, and I was doing good grade wise and stuff like that. My parents got me a laptop, and that was like really cool for them to get me a laptop at such a young age because they kind of trusted me with this device, and we don't really take care of our devices that well and stuff. So for me, like just having the what's it called? Just having this device where it helped me out a lot, especially get ahead with Microsoft Word, Excel, and all these other programs. It was pretty cool. So I would say that's my best birthday gift. And that laptop lasted me up until my senior year. So I did my best to protect it. It's just, I'm not perfect, I dropped it a few times. Was an idiot. Like I literally thought I could cook in water. I just bought wipes at Best Buy, but you live and learn. So yeah, that's my favorite birthday gift. My second favorite would be my Durant shoes that I got. The what the Aunt Pearls. Those would be my second favorite birthday gift. Do you think Jones needs to hurry and take the Izzy fight? I think Izzy needs to hurry and take the Jones fight. Jones has no one else left to fight. And it's up to Izzy to fucking man up and sign the contract. Thoughts on Wonder Woman leading DC Universe over Superman, since those are the rumors and that's what it's looking like? I'm fine with it. The Wonder Woman movies are good. Gal Gadot is a good character, a good actress. I just say hot, so it helps. And she's a good person for the role. So yeah, I'm down for it, man. I'm glad you like the stream, Sergeant Poppin' Fresh. I'm glad you're enjoying it, man. Ray Allen or Klay Thompson, who's the better shooter? Oh, Ray. Jesus Shuttlesworth. Have you seen Full Metal Jacket? I watched like the first season of Full Metal Jacket, like back when it was like, I want to say it was on Toonami, not Toonami, Adult Swim for like one season, and it was with like Foolie Cooley and all those other anime. I saw it on Crunchyroll, and I wanted to watch it. And it looks interesting. I just never got into it. I know everyone's gonna be like, "Did you mean Full Metal Alchemist?" No, there's actually a show called Full Metal Jacket. I think it's with like, if I remember off the top of my head, like sometimes with TV shows I get them confused. It's like with like space pirates, and one girl has a machine gun, and she's always wearing provocative clothing. I think that's it. So yeah. Better main cast, the Yu Yu Hakusho cast. Out of the Yusuke Hiei, Kurama Korobar, or Hunter x Hunter cast, out of Gon, Kila, Kurapika, god damn, what's his name? Leroy Lario? I cannot remember how to say his name. Yu Yu Hakusho cast. You cared about all four of those characters. Like Kurapika was cool during the spider arc. God, I forgot their names. That ashames me. So yeah. Chase, you're too wholesome from the internet. You can't stay here. Oh, I ain't gonna leave, my friend. I'm sorry. Chicken or egg, which came first? Chicken, right? Because how did the egg get formed? Like, I feel like, it's like Adam and Eve. They were first there. They're created first, and that's how we got babies and shit. So I feel like the chicken came first. Funniest MMA moments you can remember? Oh, when Brock Lesnar gets hit by Cain Velasquez and he does the fucking helicopter in the cage. That's my favorite moment. That's my funniest moment, at least. Best wrestling of the early 2000s. Best wrestling? Oh, haven't done too many early 2000s. So probably TNA wrestling back in the day. Yeah, you have a good day, Sergeant Bop It Fresh. Hope you have a good one, man. Enjoy the rest of your night. Favorite Full Metal Alchemist character? Ooh. I always liked what's his name? The guy who snapped his fingers. He was the fire alchemist. That dude was like my favorite character. I know that sounds terrible because I can't even name his fucking name. But there's so many names. Like there's General Armstrong. Like I like him. I like Scar, obviously. The man, Full Metal Alchemist. One thing that makes that show unwatchable to me, I just don't like Edward and Al sometimes. They're just so fucking annoying. Everything. You know what we did to get these arms? You know what? We know you fucked up. You guys suck. We get it. God, what's his name? He goes blind in Brotherhood, which I didn't like. But yeah, he goes like that's fucking sick, dude. Loved him. Oh, Captain Mustang. There we go. I don't know why I almost called it. You know who I almost called him? I almost called him the main bad guy of the show. I was going to say his name, but yeah, I know Captain Mustang, like my favorite character in Full Metal Alchemist. He was just so bad at dude, the way he gets introduced to, and especially in the original series, you're just like, oh, this dude means business, man. Rank these dunkers from good to best. MJ, Kobe, LeBron, Carter. Carter 1, MJ 2, LeBron 3, Kobe 4. Yeah, like Kobe never really had like killer dunk. Like, I know he won a dunk contest, but yeah. Were you ever a supervisor at a job? Yeah, I was. Like I don't mind it being a supervisor. Like I'm a good supervisor, but also too one of my biggest flaws as a supervisor, I have two flaws as a supervisor sometimes. One is that I'm very I'm strict, but like if someone's sick and not feeling well, I don't want I'm very lenient. I'm very I feel like a lot of people like to kind of take advantage sometimes of they think I'm laid back, and then when I kind of snap at them, they get all like, oh, what the hell, dude? You was just chill with me earlier and stuff. But for me personally, it's just I'm a little bit too nice to sometimes some of my coworkers. Like if someone calls out, I'm just like, all right, yeah, get better. I ain't gonna stress about it. Like you sick, you're sick. I don't want you getting anyone else sick. Especially if we have guests on the floor. I don't want you guys getting my patron sick and stuff. And also too, I hate being alone as a supervisor. So one of my biggest flaws is that when I'm alone, especially if I'm closing, I'm making sure we get the fuck on out of here. And I rush stuff sometimes, which is really bad. I rush stuff so bad, man. So yeah. Tips for people with anxiety. For anxiety, there's not really depends on what type of anxiety you have. If you get anxious around people, I don't really have tips for that. But if you just get anxious in general, one of the things I definitely do suggest is, walk it out. I do believe walking creates very good presence about yourself. It helps your brain. It helps your mind. It helps you just think about other stuff besides what you're thinking. When you're walking, you're getting a little bit more endorphins in you too, because you're moving your body and stuff. So I would say walking is the best thing to do. Oh, best wrestlers of the 2000s. Oh, okay. I was going to say, what do you mean best wrestling? Best wrestlers of the 2000s, Cena, AJ, Batista. I'll even put Sting on that list. CM Punk, Daniel Bryan, Nigel McGuinness. So yeah, those are the names I would put right there. Top 5 saddest anime deaths. I'm not going to do a top 5. That I've been doing this for 2 hours. I'm trying my best to keep on going because I'm having a fun time. But top 5 saddest anime deaths. My saddest for me is still that one dude in Full Metal who dies, and he was going to talk to his daughter. That homunculus kills him. Yeah, that guy dying was pretty sad. He was always a father figure to them too. So yeah. What's up, Prince? Hope you're doing well. Does Old Yeller make you cry? Oh, fuck yeah, dude. That's Marley and me. All these dog movies make me cry, man. I'm a sensitive person for dogs. Do you think Wonder Woman, Shazam, and Aquaman should be the DCU Trinity like Cat? No. Shazam is a good extra, Wonder Woman and Aquaman, that's fine. Those are two very strong presence. Shazam's more of a background character. Like you need that third wheel, and hopefully Robert Pattinson does a good job. Did I ever shit on a beach? I pissed on a beach, but I've never shit on a beach before. Being honest, I've never I never shit on a beach before, but I pissed on one, but I never shit there. Which is more impressive when it comes to dunking, being D Rose size while dunking, or being as skinny and underweight as Derrick Jones Jr. dunking the ball. D Rose size, because Derrick Jones Jr. is still tall, so I expect him to dunk. Like for me, if you're 6'8" and you can't dunk, that's just pathetic. Derrick Rose, it's like Jesus Christ, you can literally get up. What is your opinion about the crude oil price drop? I haven't really followed too much, but hey, man, buy your oil now if you really run that type of business. You can make some decent money off of it too, especially if you want to sell it to a gas station. But I'm not really big into following crude oil like that. I haven't really followed it. I know maybe that's a little bit ignorant of me and maybe I should follow it more, but I just don't. Oh, I've done plenty of drunk reviews. I've done a couple drunk reviews on this channel. I'm very good at hiding my alcohol. I've been drunk. I've done a drunk stream before. When was DBZ at its greatest? Probably after end of Frieza saga to the end of the Cell saga. That time frame, DBZ, that was probably DBZ, man. There's some plots devices, there's some questions, but still, it's fun to watch. Thoughts on Aquaman as a movie? It's a good movie. I just don't understand the horror stuff. What is your opinion about cooking dinosaur eggs? I've never cooked a dinosaur egg, Mohammed. I want to know if you have this dinosaur egg, show me, man. So that way I can be like Dave Chappelle in that one episode of his skit with the cribs. And he'd be like, I'm making these dinosaur eggs. And then what's it called? The pterodactyl comes out. He cuts his head off. Get the scissors. That's another good Dave Chappelle skit. Thanks for reminding me about that one. Am I the only one that's not really exactly impressed by Jon Moxley post WWE? I like Moxley post WWE. I've been liking his stuff. He's not blowing me away, but he's been enjoyable. WrestleMania 12, I was drunk. Not 12. WrestleMania 28, I was drunk. There was one other drunk stream I did. I think it was a UFC fight. But 28, I was drunk. Oh, the AEW stream that I did with my best friend, I was drunk. I was drunk for the All Out stream or whatever pay-per-view that was. We were both drunk. WrestleMania, which one was it? 30. I did that at my friend's house too. I was drunk for that stream. So yeah, those are a couple. Worst saga and DBZ. Does Carl Jr. count? Worst Naruto. Oh God. I would say Searching Personality arc.